Think about this for a moment. Something you do, what, thousands of times a day,
Mm-hmm.
completely automatically.
Mm-hmm. Your breath.
Exactly, your breath. But what if that same breath holds like this hidden potential for more energy, maybe a clearer head, even changing how you feel?
That's exactly where we're heading. We're doing a deep dive into that very idea today.
Yeah, we're looking specifically at the teachings of the School of Breath, really focusing on Abhi Duggal's perspective on, well, how you can build a whole lifestyle around breathing consciously.
Right. We've been digging into Abhi Duggal's work, and it's really interesting how it weaves together these ancient practices, pranayama,
Yeah, traditional stuff.
with what science is telling us now about how breathing works and affects the body. The core idea is that by paying attention, by consciously breathing, we unlock some pretty significant benefits.
Okay, so that's sort of the mission here, right?
Yeah.
What the School of Breath is putting forward. How can using your breath intentionally be, well, a tool?
A powerful tool, yeah. A tool for things like sleeping better, maybe getting more emotional clarity, boosting physical vitality.
And even potentially spiritual awareness.
That's part of their philosophy, yes. Opening up to deeper states.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Could how we breathe really connect to things like, I don't know, activating the pineal gland or burning fat?
Or just starting your day feeling more energized.
Right. These are the kinds of questions Abhi Duggal and the School of Breath are really digging into.
Absolutely. And from Abhi Duggal's view, breath is way more than just keeping the lights on, survival. It's seen as this force for, well, regeneration, for expansion.
Expansion. How so?
Expanding our capacity, our potential, and connecting us to deeper parts of who we are, awakening, essentially.
Okay, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
When the School of Breath talks about conscious breathing, what are we actually talking about? What does that look like?
Well, it's about moving past the automatic pilot, the shallow breathing most of us do without thinking.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are. It means intentionally using specific breathing patterns. And the thinking is this conscious effort helps balance the nervous system, which, is huge for stress.
Okay, nervous system balance.
Makes sense. They also talk about aligning chakras, drawing on those older traditions, but also point to real physiological stuff like increasing nitric oxide in your body.
Nitric oxide, right, you hear about that. What's the big deal with nitric oxide and breath work?
Well, the School of Breath really emphasizes this connection. They suggest these ancient techniques, known for centuries, are now being validated by science looking into things like nitric oxide production.
And that affects?
Oh, all sorts of things. Blood flow regulation, immune function. It's pretty important stuff.
Okay, let's get practical. Let's talk techniques. The ones central to the School of Breath, guided by Abhi Duggal. Bhramari Pranayama, the humming bee breath. That one sounds intriguing.
It really is quite something. The potential boost in nitric oxide is a major highlight. They mention potentially up to 15 times higher.
15 times.
Yeah. So think about what that means for you. Better circulation, more oxygen getting where it needs to go. It's also believed to stimulate the vagus nerve.
The relaxation nerve.
Exactly. Key for calming down. And the hypothalamus, which regulates hormones. So it's hitting multiple systems.
15 times, though.
Oh.
That feels like a lot. What could that mean day to day?
Well, think sleep. Better sleep quality. The School of Breath suggests it promotes that deep delta wave sleep, really restorative.
Okay.
And the nitric oxide boost might help with the body's detox processes too. Plus, on a mental level, people often report feeling clearer, calmer, less scattered.
So how do you do it? The humming bee breath, according to their method.
It's pretty accessible. You sit comfortably, spine straight, gently close your ears, thumbs usually work well, and lightly close your eyes.
Okay.
Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. Then on the exhale, you make a continuous humming sound. Long and slow.
And you feel a vibration.
Yeah, the focus is feeling that vibration, especially around the forehead, the third eye area. They usually suggest about 6 to 12 rounds.
Seems manageable to add in.
Yeah.
And I noticed there's a guided video for that from the School of Breath with Abhi Duggal.
Yes, they make a point of providing resources like that, which is great.
Definitely helpful. Okay, next one. Ujjayi Pranayama. Ocean breath. I think I've heard of this one, maybe from yoga.
Very likely. It's quite common there. The School of Breath emphasizes its power to activate the parasympathetic nervous system.
The rest and digest one.
That's the one. Counteracting stress. They also highlight how it strengthens that mind-body link, helps with focus, and builds emotional resilience.
So good for when you're feeling, like, frazzled or distracted.
That seems to be the idea, yeah. The technique involves a slight tightening at the back of your throat when you breathe.
Oh, okay.
It creates that soft, whispery sound like ocean waves. The school of breath often suggests an 8-count inhale and a longer 12-count exhale.
Longer exhale for more calm.
Generally, yes, and they add an interesting element. A 20-second breath hold after every 6th breath, usually done in 2 rounds of 6 breaths each.
A breath hold.
Yeah.
Interesting. And again, I see they have a video for a deeper dive into Ujjayi.
Yep, making it easy to learn is clearly a priority. Okay, moving on. Kapalabhati, breath of fire. This sounds energetic.
It really does. What's the focus with this one in Abhi Duggal's teachings?
They talk about boosting metabolism, helping digestion. It's also seen as a strong detoxifier for internal organs.
Detox, okay.
And strengthening the solar plexus chakra, that energy center related to personal power and vitality in yogic thought.
How is it different from, say, Ujjayi? It sounds much more active.
Oh, definitely. Kapalabhati uses short, forceful exhale through the nose. You actively pump your lower belly in to push the air out.
Okay. The belly pumps out the air.
Exactly. And the inhales, they're passive. They just happen naturally when you relax your belly. The school of breath usually suggests rounds of 30 to 60 breaths, then a short rest, then repeat maybe 2 more times.
Right. Definitely feels more like a workout for your breath.
It is. It's very energizing. A great way to kickstart things. And yeah, there's that daily routine video they offer, which includes it.
Good to know. So these pranayama techniques are meant to be part of a daily rhythm.
That's the encouragement from the school of breath, yes. Which leads us to Tummo breathing, inner fire breath. This one has a bit of a reputation.
Inner fire.
Yeah,
that sounds intense. What are the benefits associated with Tummo?
They describe it as really stoking your internal heat. The idea is this helps detoxify and oxygenate your cells more deeply.
Cellular level, okay.
And interestingly, they connect it to awakening dormant energy, specifically Kundalini energy, which is a concept from some traditions about powerful energy coiled at the spine's base. It's seen as potentially very transformative.
Wow, okay. And the practice itself, how does Tummo work?
The school of breath outlines starting seated tall, doing about 30 breaths deep and quite fast.
Fast breaths.
Yeah. Then, after the last exhale, you hold the breath out, as long as it's comfortable for you.
Hold it out, okay.
Then, a deep inhale, and you hold that breath in for about 15 seconds. And you typically repeat this whole cycle about 3 times.
The breath holds seem really key here. And there's a tutorial video for this one too, Mastering the Tibetan Technique. Sounds like something you'd want guidance on.
Absolutely. Tummo is powerful, and proper guidance like the School of Breath provides is definitely recommended. Okay, lastly, something maybe more foundational. Diaphragmatic breathing. Belly breathing.
Right. You hear about this all the time. Why is it so important from the School of Breath's perspective?
Well, fundamentally, it strengthens the respiratory system because you're fully using your main breathing muscle, the diaphragm.
Makes sense.
But maybe even more importantly, they stress its ability to switch on the body's relaxation response to help regulate the nervous system. It's really seen as a cornerstone for calm and balance.
The foundation for everything else, maybe.
You could definitely see it that way. How do they suggest practicing it?
Pretty simply, actually. Lie down or sit comfortably. Put one hand on your chest, the other on your belly. Breathe in gently through your nose. The goal is to feel your belly rise while your chest stays relatively still.
So breath goes deep. Exactly. Then a slow, complete exhale, letting the belly fall. They suggest doing this for 5 or 10 minutes. Really feel the diaphragm move. Get used to that calming rhythm. And they have a visual animation too, which helps picture it.
Oh, a visual aid is great for that, understanding the mechanics. Okay, so we have these different techniques. Now, the School of Breath also talks about a specific sequence. Why does the order matter?
Good question. The sequence they often suggest, starting with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing,
Okay.
then Kapalabhati, then something like Pastrika or Tummo, followed by Bhramari, and finishing with Ujjayi, it's designed intentionally.
How so? What's the logic?
Well, Nadi Shodhana is seen as balancing, clearing energy channels, sort of preparing the ground. Then Kapalabhati fires things up, cleanses, stimulates digestion.
Right, the energetic one.
Then Pastrika or Tummo really build that inner heat and energy. After that intensity, Bhramari comes in to soothe and center the mind and nerves.
Calming down after the fire.
Exactly. And Ujjayi at the end helps cultivate meditative awareness, integrating everything that came before. It's a progression.
That makes a lot of sense, like warming up, doing the work, and then cooling down and integrating. And there's a video for the full sequence, too.
Yes, they seem really committed to providing comprehensive guidance, which ties into their encouragement for people who are finding this resonates to take the next step.
Absolutely. If someone's listening and thinking, okay, I want to explore this more, what does the School of Breath suggest? How can people integrate this properly?
They have several avenues. There's the Holistic Awakening membership, which sounds like it offers deeper teachings, community support, ongoing
For
practice.
deeper commitment.
Right, or for a structured start, there's a 9-day breathwork challenge. But really key, I think, is the School of Breath app.
The app. Tell me more about that.
Well, having an app means you can access guided sessions easily, track your practice, maybe get reminders. It makes integrating it into daily life much more feasible.
Like having a guide in your pocket.
Exactly. And of course, subscribing to their YouTube channel for ongoing content and inspiration. It's like a whole ecosystem they've built to support this lifestyle.
It really sounds like it. A very supportive structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we kind of bring this together, what's the main takeaway? The core message from the School of Breath through Abhi Duggal's lens about our breath and its potential.
I think the central idea they put forward is that breathing consciously isn't just nice to have. Well, they frame it as our birthright to inner peace.
Our birthright. Strong words.
Yeah. And it's an incredibly powerful tool for real transformation, physically, emotionally, even spiritually. It's much bigger than just, respiration.
So it's about actively choosing to engage with our breath, moving it from the background to the foreground of our awareness.
Precisely. It's an invitation, really, to shift from just surviving, just getting through the day, to actually thriving by connecting with this fundamental part of ourselves. And tools like the School of Breath app make that shift more accessible than ever.
And that phrase Abhi Duggal uses, breathe with me, and living by design, not by default, that really hits home that intentionality piece.
It does. It's a simple but profound reminder, isn't it, that we have this incredible resource available to us literally every second. And by using the guidance and tools the School of Breath offers, people can really start tapping into that power.
So wrapping up this deep dive into the School of Breath, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Just consider for a moment, what could happen if you started consciously engaging with your breath? This thing that's always with you. What shifts might occur in your experience? What potential might you unlock within yourself? It's really an invitation to explore your own inner world, one breath at a time. And with resources like the School of Breath app, that exploration can become a sustained journey.